Hey, Cassidy, what's up? Are you free tonight? I'm desperate.
Oh, hi, Melanie. Thank you for getting back to me. I've been trying to reach you for a few days now. Have you been getting my texts? I really do need the money that you owe me from last weekend.
Huh? But I already paid you.
No, Melanie, I'm sorry, but you didn't. Not all of it. You gave me $60 for the 5 hours of babysitting we agreed on, but you didn't come home until 4 a.m. You were 4 hours late. You owe me another $48.
$48? That seems kind of steep, don't you think? I mean, you were sound asleep on the couch when I came home.
Well, yes, I did doze off after 1 a.m. or so, but that was after a very full night. I played with the kids in the yard for 2 hours, got both of them their dinner, got both of them bathed, dressed for bed, then story time. I was pretty exhausted. And then when you didn't come home on time, I fell asleep.
I didn't realize I had to pay you to sleep. Georgia told me you always sleep on her couch, and she only pays you $50 a night.
I've known Georgia's family since I was a little kid. We have a different kind of arrangement. I started watching her kids when I was 12, but I'm almost 18 now. I have college next year. Everything I do is to save money for that. I actually make a lot more an hour at the restaurant where I work. Babysitting is just something I do in between the weekend shifts that I work there. Plus, $12 an hour is pretty cheap for watching 2 kids. I know some babysitters charge a lot more than that. Georgia told me that she told you my hourly rate when she referred me to you, and that you said it sounded great.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Okay, fine. I tell you what, if you agree to help me out tonight, I promise to pay you the money I owe you from last weekend.
What kind of help do you need? I have an early morning tomorrow. I have to clock in for the breakfast shift at 6 a.m., so I can't stay late.
It won't be late. My husband is away on another business trip, and I just want to meet the girls for dinner and drinks downtown. I will be home by 11:30 at the latest, I swear.
11:30 is still pretty late for me, considering how early I need to wake up in the morning. And this is so last minute.
Wow, who taught you to play hardball? Oh, you know what? Fine. I'm pretty desperate here. How about I throw in an extra $20?
And you promise you'll be home by 11? 11:30 at the very latest?
Yes! You have my word. It will just be dinner and drinks and then straight home by 11:30.
All right, I'll do it. What time do you want me over?
Oh, great! Please be here by 5:30.
5:30 it is. And just the same routine as last time? Playtime, then dinner, bath and bedtime?
Actually, Hannah has her Canada project due on Monday morning. Oh, could I get you to help her with that too? All of the materials are in her room. You just have to help her. I don't know, draw a map or something. I really don't know. She'll explain it to you.
Canada project. Okay, got it. See you at 5:30. Hi, Melanie. Just wanted to check in with you. Things are going pretty well over here. We got a big chunk of Hannah's Canada project done. They've had their dinner and are just getting ready for bath time. See you later tonight. Hope you're having fun. Melanie? It's 11:45. Are you going to be home soon? I'm going to try calling you. Melanie, could you please get back to me? You do remember that you said 11:30 at the very latest, right? I'm working the early breakfast shift tomorrow, remember? I need to wake up at 5 a.m. Melanie? Melanie, I don't know what to do here. I have called and left messages at the 2 emergency contacts you gave me. One was Georgia, and I know she's in Orlando right now with her family. The other was your husband, and he's not calling me back either. Plus, I don't know what he'd be able to do since you said he's on a business trip anyway. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. I have to wake up in 2 hours for work. I can't miss that shift, Melanie. Melanie, please answer me.
Cassidy! Cassidy, answer me now! Cassidy, where the hell are my children? What have you done to them?
Huh?
Cassidy, I did not give you permission to take my kids anywhere. I demand to know where you are this instant.
Me? Well, I'm at work, just starting my breakfast shift. You know, the one I told you I had to work at 6 a.m.? You were supposed to be home at 11:30, remember? What happened to you?
I went dancing with the girls, and before we knew it, we were at an after party, and I lost track of time. But I don't have to explain myself to a teenage girl. Where are you?
Working my shift, like I just told you.
Fine. Tell me the name of the restaurant. I'll be there in 30 minutes to pick up the kids. I hope you at least had the decency to feed them breakfast. Considering you took them out of the house without my permission. Are they even being properly supervised?
How should I know?
What?
Well, they aren't here with me.
They aren't? Where are they?
Maybe you should check with the police? That's who they were with the last time I saw them.
The police? You called the police? What on earth were you thinking?
What was I thinking? What were you thinking? I told you I had to make it on time for this shift. I left you multiple voicemail messages and texts. You never replied to me.
And so you called the police? Oh, just wait until I tell all the other moms in town about this. You will never get hired to babysit again. You better believe that Georgia is going to hear all about this. Oh, I am sure she will be appalled to know that she recommended such a ridiculously undependable person to watch my kids.
Georgia? Oh, I hate to break it to you, Melanie, but Georgia is the person who told me to call the police.
What?
That's right. She saw my 911 message to her and called me right away. Georgia said that we had to assume that something had happened to you and that I should call the police. And honestly, Melanie, I was scared because at that point, I was genuinely worried that something bad had happened to you. And so I called the police. And then I woke up the kids to get them ready for their arrival. And that's when Hannah said something really interesting. She said, "Oh, is Mommy sleeping over at her special friend's house again?" I asked her which special friend, and she said, "The one we aren't supposed to tell Daddy about."
Kids say bizarre things like that sometimes. It doesn't mean anything. And besides, I know what you are implying, and that is none of your business.
Believe me, I don't really care at all what goes on with your marriage. But your husband sure seemed to care.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, just after the police arrived at your house, your husband called me. Remember, I called him
when I had no idea where you were? He saw the message and called me back. I handed the phone over to one of the police officers. The police kept it appropriate for the kids to hear, but they told him everything that Hannah was saying. All about you buying new fancy underwear and staying out till morning whenever he goes away on business. Oh my God. I couldn't hear what he was saying, but I could hear how loud his voice was getting. He sounded pretty upset. And then what happened? Well, by that time I had to get to work. I was worried that the kids were going to be scared of the cops, but they weren't at all. The opposite, actually. They were excited to ride in a police car. So the cops drove off with them. To the police station, I guess. That's where the police told your husband to meet them. My husband is meeting them? Yes, I guess he told the police he was leaving his trip ASAP to get back into town and get his kids. That was a few hours ago, so maybe he's reached them by now? I'm surprised he hasn't called you yet. Oh, I think his car just pulled into the driveway. Gotta run, Melanie. The hostess just sat my first table. Oh, and by the way, the amount you owe me now is $188. Could you please Venmo it to me? Thanks. I was at George's house a few days after the whole situation with Melanie, so of course I heard a lot of the details. It turns out that Melanie had been pulling the same stunt with her last 2 babysitters, staying out all night whenever her husband was out of town. Georgia said that she couldn't figure out why Melanie was having such a hard time with babysitters who kept quitting on her. Georgia had no idea what was really going on. She never would have recommended me if she had. Melanie's husband kicked her out of the house. She's living in a tiny apartment now and sees her kids a couple times a month. He made arrangements to work from home while their divorce gets figured out. He actually reached out to me recently to thank me for doing the right thing and taking good care of his kids, who keep asking about me. He also wanted to make sure I got the money that Melanie still owed me, which he sent to me right away. He asked me if I'm still babysitting. I told him that I need to think about it. But one thing I know for sure, if I do, I'm raising my prices. What do you think Cassidy should have done? Was she right to call the police? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, ring the bell icon, and smash that like button for more true tech stories!